Hey friend, welcome to day 8. We are just going to keep rolling these tips out until we reach 55 or until I reach 55. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad I'm doing this challenge, but it is definitely a challenge. And it's not so much that this overwhelms me or I feel like I can't do it. Rather, as I've been doing these videos, I've had this realization of, oh, so 55 days? Kind of a lot. Didn't really sound like that much when I started this challenge, but now that I'm in day 8, I'm like, oh, okay. So got quite a few more days to go, but it's all right. I already got my list. I already know what I'm going to talk about, and so let's go ahead and dive into tip number 8. Now, this tip is not going to be a very popular one, but I stand by it because I know how this one thing can affect people. And honestly, it's just not worth it if you're having a negative outcome from it. It's this: either get rid of alcohol altogether or make sure that you reduce it greatly. Here's what I mean. There are people who kind of get into this habit of having like a glass of wine at night or a beer, or maybe on their off days, they want to kind of go and, kind of have a little fun with some alcohols, again, beer, wine, or a cocktail. While there's nothing wrong with alcohol in and of itself, I enjoy a good craft beer or a glass of wine myself. Rather, it's looking at how does alcohol really affect you? I'm not referring to alcoholism, but rather, what do you notice when you do drink alcohol? Do you notice that it interrupts your sleep? Do you notice, does it exacerbate your hot flashes? Does it create more anxiety as time goes on? Do you feel yourself maybe feeling a little bit down the more that you drink, right? So you have to, number one, know you, pay attention to you, but you also have to be very honest with yourself and say, hey, I am not an alcoholic. I don't really need the alcohol. So why am I having the glass of wine? Why am I drinking the beer? Why am I having the glass of whiskey or whatever it is when I have these other things that follow? As we get older, some people have what's called a reverse tolerance for alcohol. And what that means is when you were younger and you would have a glass of wine or a beer or a cocktail, you could recover pretty quickly and didn't really have any negative side effects. But now that you're over 50 and you're dealing with these menopause symptoms, once again, you might notice, okay, so it does affect my sleep. It does affect my hot flashes. It does affect my anxiety. You see where I'm going with this, right? So just because you've always done something doesn't mean that it translates now that you are in your 50s when you have specific symptoms from your menopause. It really does change things. So, am I telling you to quit drinking altogether? No, absolutely not. But what I am saying is if you identify anything that I've mentioned or something else, you really need to strongly ask yourself, is it worth having this glass of wine, this beer, or this cocktail, knowing this is going to follow afterwards? Maybe your answer is yes. Okay, that's fine. Literally, that is okay. But if you know, I really don't want to deal with this right now, then just do yourself a favor and pass on the alcohol. It doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy the social outings. It doesn't mean that you can't still just have fun when you're at the beach or at a party or a wedding or dinner. It just means that you're going to modify it based off of how you are feeling at this stage of your life and how alcohol is affecting your menopausal symptoms. There you have it, friends. Stay tuned for tomorrow for tip number 9. Bye for now.